Martin asks, Bobby, do you prefer to use analog emulation plugins or real analog gear? Which is better?
Okay, Martin, thanks for your question, and I have my own take on this. Me personally, I don't worry too much about what preamp I'm using or what plugin emulation I'm using, because I found throughout the years, much like with guitar pickups, it's much more important to focus on big picture things when it comes to your productions. So for example, I don't worry about using transformer-based preamps. I record my sources clean through like a clean preamp, which pretty much most people have within their budget interfaces, and I add color intentionally within the mixing phase. Now this is also a slippery slope because many people obsess over what plugin emulation they're using, and honestly man, I really don't think about it much. Sometimes I'll use the stock saturators in my DAW, sometimes I'll use a plugin from Slate or Waves, and recently I've been really digging the plugins from a company called Sonomus. I think they make great tools for a very affordable price. But again, when I sit down in the mix, I don't obsess over which one I'm gonna use, because at the end of the day, what's really gonna make the big difference are your EQ moves, your general balance, panning, and making sure that you're just mixing for the song and help bringing the artist's vision to life. I could say with 100% certainty that if I'm using analog modeler A versus analog modeler B, that should not impact my production. The things I just mentioned previously are what really are gonna impact my production most. So to sum your question all up in a nutshell, yes, I do prefer digital emulations over hardware because I feel they sound just as good as the real thing these days, and they have for a very long time now. But even within the digital domain, I don't obsess over which tools I'm using. I tend to stick with the tools I know best and have been using for a long time because I can work much more efficiently and the gear is not in my mind at all. I'm in a constant state of flow while I'm mixing. Now, I do introduce new tools into my arsenal from time to time. Like for example, I'm really digging these new Sonomus plugins, but I'll only do so if they're really helping my workflow. Excellent question. Now, if you're looking to improve the sound of your mixes, it's critical to have a firm grasp on solid EQ and compression techniques. And this is why I'm offering you direct access right now for absolutely free to my crisp and clear heavy mix formula. The heavy mix formula is comprised of 3 main components: an EQ and compression cheat sheet that contains all of my starting points when it's time to mix a heavy production. Within the cheat sheet, there are clickable links to private mixing tutorials for all of the main instruments within a heavy production. And finally, there's a clickable link below each of the individual tutorials so you could download the exact same multi-tracks that I'm using so you can mix along with me. Again, the crisp and clear heavy mix formula is absolutely free, and there's a link below that you can click and you can have direct access right now. And until next time, happy mixing.